Today we are making my most highly requested dish among my friends and my family, shrimp and grits. And I will say, y'all, that my grits are top tier.
These are so good.
Let me show y'all how I do it. You want to get your grits. I got quick grits. Personally, I don't think there's a difference between the quick grits and the long grits as far as taste, so why not get it done sooner? You do want to make this according to the directions, but instead of water, we're going to use chicken broth because I'm fancy. I'm going to make this for a serving of 4. Let's take our 4 cups of chicken broth, which essentially is this entire thing. We're going to take this whole container of chicken broth and we're going to bring it to a briskly boil, okay? It's going to take a few minutes, but we'll be back. Now that the chicken broth is rapidly boiling, we are going to add 1 cup of grits to this and give it a good mix. I don't know why I'm never ready. And I just like to pour over just in case I make a mess. So 1 cup of grits. See, we're going to do 1 cup of grits, mix this in, reduce the heat, and then I'm going to cover it. And we're just going to let that rock, stir occasionally, but we got to give it about 5 to 7 minutes, and then we'll come back and finish it. It's only been like 2 minutes, but I do want to stir them. See, look at that, look at that, look at that. Give them a nice little stir, because if not, they're going to stick to the bottom, they're going to burn, they're going to be all mushy and gushy, and we don't want that. We'll be back. Let's check on them again. Okay. Almost there, like 2 more minutes. We out of here. Anybody else left-handed? It'd be difficult. Okay, these grits are not done. We're gonna do some half and half. Now, I have seen people do like half and half or cream where they mix it in with their chicken broth. I don't really like that because some reason I haven't figured out how to not make it boil over when I do that. But I'm gonna add a half a cup of half and half. Really slowly get that mixed in. Now, this is like a 4 cheese smoked Gouda grit, so if you're watching your figure, don't watch your figure. Just eat and enjoy, okay? Worry about that later. Then we're going to use cream cheese, okay? I'm going to use the rest of this. This is how much I got. Now, I know that we're putting half and half in here, but cream cheese has a more like tangy taste, so it's kind of like putting like a lemon in here. But we're going to do about 1 ounce of aged white cheddar, 1 ounce of smoked Gouda, and then we're going to put in Parmesan. Now, the white cheddar, of course, is going to give it some depth, so it's going to give it some layers. The smoked Gouda is going to give like this little background, is that bacon note, and I like that. And then we add a little Parmesan because we need a little umami. And Parmesan has lots of umami. It's that. What is that? Now, we don't want them to be too cheesy because they're still grits, okay? We need to settle a debate. I'm from the Midwest. I'm from Ohio. So I grew up eating my grits with butter and sugar. I moved to the South and they put me on to a more savory grit. Which one is your favorite? Like, which do you prefer? Like, are you not into savory grits? Or are you like into like the sugar and butter grits? Or does it not even matter because you don't like grits? Let me know. These look great. Let's give them a taste. I've been trying to learn measurements so I could do this like as a recipe for y'all, because I usually just like eyeball everything and let it rock. But I'm trying to be a better person, and I think I might need more Gouda. But these taste delicious. Let's go. Let me see. More Gouda. Let's drop some more Gouda in here. And just also so y'all know, like the final like recipe that I come up with is always like in the description. Feel free to save this video, subscribe to my channel so we can cook some more food together, okay? Thank you. Cheese me, oh, won't you cheese me? Let's try it one more time. One more time. Yeah. Because guess what, y'all? We really don't even have to season these because like there's so much flavor in chicken broth and so much salt. but we do need to kind of mellow things out a little bit. So we are gonna add a little bit of pepper. Not too much now. Just to mellow out that salt that we put in here, we're gonna put a little sugar in here. And not because I like sugar and butter in my grits, but because no flavor. There's a lot of salt. So there's salt in the cheeses, of course, and just salt in the chicken broth. So we want to neutralize that. We don't want it to be too crazy. We just want to mellow it out. Then add a tab of butter. Let's give it one last taste to see if this is how I want them. And it is. Taryn, you done did it again. That's delicious. Okay, now we're gonna set these to the side. Now always remember, y'all, if y'all don't like what I'm doing, I don't want you to make my recipe as I make my recipe, right? We all got our own taste buds. You do what feels true to you. Let's cover this. Put these to the side for a hot second. We got shrimp to make. Water test. It's ready. Y'all know I like to sear my shrimp first. Let me let that sit for a second. I don't like for my shrimp to just cook in with the food. Like, I like to get a nice hard sear on my shrimp. So I got my shrimp here. I like to personally use like large or jumbo shrimp. We're gonna take our shrimp. Don't crowd your pan. It's very important. Let these things sizzle for a minute and a half on each side. But I season my shrimp with garlic powder, smoked paprika, Old Bay, and Cajun seasoning, and coriander. I want these to be kind of Cajun, I guess. Oh, look at that, y'all. Nice little sear. That's what I'm talking about. We like that. We like a good sear on our shrimp, don't we? Let's take these babies off. Ooh, girls, y'all look so good. I get so excited when the food starts to be done. I'll tell you that. We like these little color. We just need a little color, nothing crazy. Let me taste this batch to make sure it's all right. Shit, it's hot. Oh, you're hot. Hot. We like that hot. Super hot. Okay, but we like that. We like that a lot. Alright, next batch. Now, keep in mind, y'all do not have to do this. If y'all want to just put y'all little shrimp in the pan so it all cooks together so you can rush your meal, that's fine. But we don't rush over here. We make sure everything that we do in this kitchen makes sense and that it all comes out like restaurant quality inside this house, okay? Yeah, baby, hey. Yeah, baby, ho. Yeah, baby, yay. Okay, y'all, let's pull the shrimp out. We've been cooking shrimp for way too long. Did I leave your mind when I was gone? Now, remember, we want to leave this pot as it is. This is called fond. This is flavor. We need those bits, okay? Don't you take this out. We're going to add a little more olive oil. Add a little butter. We're going to put some onions and peppers in here. This is really just to give... Be careful, Taryn. What are you doing? Yeah. The onions and peppers is going to give this some color. It's going to give it some texture. It's going to give it a little bit of freshness. I'm going to add a little garlic paste in here as well, just to keep layering the flavors, because we're never one-dimensional, y'all. We are multi-dimensional, okay? We don't just give people just one layer. You know, we give them more to consider. Ah, it's smelling good in here. I love the way onions and peppers and garlic smell when you put them all together. They love each other. I love them too. Now, because I'm using half and half, we're going to do a little bit of flour. The flour is going to help to thicken our sauce. And, oops, shit, I missed a step. Hold on. We're also going to add a little bit of tomato paste. We want to cook, whenever you have tomato paste, because usually it's in like a tin, we want to cook it down first before we start incorporating like all the other flavors. So we're going to do them together. We're going to do flour and we're going to do tomato paste together. The tomato paste does give this some depth, but it also is going to give it some color. Because the shrimp and grits is white, I need some type of color to sit on top of that, and like another white sauce sitting on top of the shrimp and grits. It's just not going to be like visually appealing for me. I know this looks a little weird right now, but we have to trust the process. Trust me, I know what I'm doing sometimes. I actually never know what I'm doing. I just trust myself. So we want to pour in a little bit at a time. Hey. Yeah. I think it's safe to pour in a little bit more. Because if you pour in too much, it's going to be a clumpy hot mess. If you pour in a little bit at a time, you got a little bit more control. And we like to have a little control when we're cooking because it gives us some space, time, and opportunity to fix any mistakes that we make, you know? Let me get a whisk. Like, the whisk does things that your spoon can't do. So when all else fails, and when you feel like things are looking like too chunky, get a whisk. And it'll help break everything up more. But you see how that color is starting to come through? Yeah. Good color, good color. Now, we just need to add a little seasoning, a little pizzazz. Dijon mustard. Now, y'all are going to notice, if you watch all of my videos, that I have a formula for about everything. Dijon mustard you find in a lot of my videos, because Dijon mustard is going to give it some depth. It's giving it like a little tang, so it's going to lift it a little bit. And then Worcestershire, again, depth. Umami, that's like my favorite word, but that's the stuff that makes people be like, what the heck is in this, girl? You know how to cook. Yeah, we want to give it some nutmeg, because nutmeg to dairy is like a lemon, so it gives it all a lift. You don't want to put too much so that it tastes like a Christmas cookie. You just want to put just enough so that it kisses it, and like I said, it gives it that lift that milk needs. I'm also going to season this with some coriander. Coriander goes with everything, y'all. And trust me when I say that. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of y'all-purpose seasoning, but it's really good. So we're going to give it some more of that because we want to make sure that we're seasoning every layer. Personally, I like garlic, so I'm going to add a little garlic powder. Nothing too crazy. It smells so good. Feels so good to me. Then I'm going to add a little Parmesan. Nothing too crazy, just enough to give it a little more umami and to help to thicken this dish. Heard? Let's let this thicken for a hot second. You'll know that it's starting to thicken when you see like bubbles start to come up. So we'll wait till we see some bubbles and then we'll add this shrimp back. Our sauce is nice and thick. We're gonna bring everything together. Y'all know I like to do this with a tab of cold butter. Make sure everything is emulsified and that this thickens properly. Gives it a nice little shine. If you want like a deeper colored sauce, definitely add more like tomato paste if you like. I probably should have added a little more. And then let's add our shrimp back. With all the juices. Don't skip on that juice, y'all. We want all them flavors. Mix this all in. There's definitely more sauce than shrimp, but that's okay. Let me taste it. You gotta taste it all together now. That's good. I'm gonna give it just a little more pepper. I'm gonna give it a salt, just a smidge of salt though. It don't need it. We just need to lift it. Finished. Let's plate her up, man, and let's eat. Oh, she looks pretty. We're gonna add a little Parmesan cheese. Nothing too crazy. Let's do some scallions just to give it some crunch. Let's just give it a little color. It's a little, too much. I think I messed up my plate. And boom, shrimp and grits.